Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stresses for May 31st, 2026. We keep additional graphics available at tpatw.com. We also maintain a storefront on on Amazon, that is. Looking at the surface map for Sunday, not too unusual weather map, lots of high pressure, but there is unsettled weather across the northern Rockies, basically Montana, up and down the northern plains, the Dakotas, and then in the middle Mississippi Valley, Iowa, Missouri. There is that cool front still hanging about from Albuquerque, actually into Kansas City, then back down to Little Rock and all the way into probably close to Jacksonville, Florida. Lots of unsettled weather across the southeast. And then finally, we have that bubble low still hanging about New England, keeping unsettled weather there, mainly upstate New York through Maine. Looking at our vitality index, the individual weather patterns that may have some impact on human health, and very much the same, confirming what we've already talked about with the surface map, a little bit of activity in the northern Rockies, some activity in the middle Mississippi Valley. Of course, there is that shower and thunder showers in the southeast ahead of the front, and then you can see a little bit of activity going on here in New England with that bubble low. Looking at the change in pressure, something that is always of interest for people with migraine, arthritis, and asthma, we have rising pressure across the northern Rockies, Montana into Wyoming, and then down in the westernmost portions of South Dakota, western Nebraska, western Kansas. We also have some rising pressure down here, mainly in South Carolina, but trying to extend its way across the Appalachians into western or eastern Tennessee. We do have falling pressure from Wisconsin across Michigan, and again along that Canadian border from New York to Maine, and that'll take in all of the Canadian cities from Windsor to Quebec. Looking at the change in temperature, and we're a little bit across the map, all over the map with this, some rising temperatures here from Idaho down into the westernmost portions of Colorado. A little bit of falling temperatures here in Montana into Wyoming. A little bit of bubble rising or increasing temperatures from Oklahoma City into Kansas. Again, the dew point temperature changes are a little bit over the place. We have some falling dew point temperatures here in the northern Rockies. We have some rising dew point temperatures, again, just because of that monsoonal-like flow here in West Texas. Some rising dew point temperatures here in New England. Lifted index is nothing dramatic, although there is some instability trying to make its way into the middle Mississippi Valley. Looking at the change in oxygen and the availability or potential for migraines, you can see we have that from Montana into Wyoming. We're picking up much of North Dakota, western South Dakota, western Nebraska, western Kansas, but note on Kansas there is an area of asthma and arthritis risk for eastern Kansas down into Oklahoma, mainly Oklahoma City. Back to migraine, we have a risk of migraine here in extreme West Texas. We have a migraine risk across Georgia into South Carolina, picking up eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina. Asthma and arthritis risk back again down to the south, and we have an asthma and arthritis risk from Arizona up and down the coast of California into Nevada and only coastal areas of Oregon and Washington. We also have a risk of asthma and arthritis here in, shall we say, southern Minnesota, Wisconsin, across Michigan, picking up Indiana, and all the way across to Pennsylvania, New York, and across New England. So that asthma and arthritis risk across much of the northeastern part of the country. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated. And if you hurt, tell us where you're located.